That sounds like one of the shticks on this show is that you want to be the first media nut on the moon, and I'm going to challenge you to that because actually I'm going to beat you there. That's my goal.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, that's absolutely my goal, and I'm throwing the gauntlet down.
News to me.
Right here, right now. Some sort of gentleman's bet saying I'm going to make it there before you do.
The irony is if Chris is watching this show, he's probably he's betting on you. Along with a lot of other people.
Funny.
Yeah, it is part of the shtick of the show, and it's part shtick. I mean, I would love to do that, but good luck, man. I don't want to get too competitive here on the show, so I want it to remain civil. But
oh no, I don't.
You're on.
Oh no, I'll get competitive. Oh no, it's game on at this point. So they're actually in the chat room. They're talking about who's paler, you or my wife. And I would actually argue the little guy you've got on your left is the palest creature we have.
Not fair.
Well, see, that was strategic. So I would look less pale.
Yes.
A more pale object in the screen.
I think it worked well. What's the story behind the little astronaut guy you got?
Oh, this is a great story, actually. We were just down in Johnson, and you can't see it, but I'm also wearing some NASA Edge.
All right.
NASA Edge shirt.
Keep it on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No problem. I don't want the girls out there to go crazy. But anyway, we're trying to find a way to make some of that available, and we met with some people down at the exchange shop at NASA Johnson, and they're going to hopefully make some of our products available on their web store. I think it's shopnasa.com. Anyway, we were talking to them, and they have these bobbleheads. And we said, "Oh, we got to have one," And they gave us one for our set, and I don't know, I love it. I'm gonna try to put my face in there so it can have a sort of a Blair bobblehead astronaut.
Yes,
awesome.
That would be absolutely awesome. Just like having a little cutout of your face sitting in there. That would be awesome.
For sure.
In fact, I was showing it to my wife today, and I was going, look, in 0G you have bobble body. But my wife, she said, immediately, who's the wiser of the two, said, I don't think that's how they operate. I think that's not how you handle bobbleheads. So I got chastised with my free NASA product.
So where does NASA Edge go from here? I mean, you've been producing these shows, and what is the release schedule? Actually, I haven't been able to quite figure that out. It feels kind of sporadic from time to time.
We haven't been able to figure it out either.
All right, it's not just me then.
Awesome.
It's not just you.
So what is the plan with that?
There are two things that go into it. We do we have two products actually, NASA Edge and then NE-ATS, which are shorter segments. And really, the production schedule. The reason it's crazy is because we're still experimenting with a lot of things. Like, for example, we had shows scheduled to come out. We shot another show, and then headquarters said, "Well, can you make sure the last show you did came out first?" And so we, part of what we do and trying to meet their needs and meet everyone else's needs is be as flexible as possible. So we shift things around. We try to be as accommodating as possible. So sometimes we'll do something more relevant. Some things get shifted around a little bit. But we're also a very small crew. I mean, you've heard there's only one person I haven't mentioned in this discussion, and that's Daryl, one of our other editors. And that's it. We have a very small operation, and we've been traveling so much that it's hard to get stuff done, while you're out shooting more stuff. And so we try to put out one full show each month, and then, throw out some NE-ATS along the way.
Nice.
I do have a request. I'm going to put you on the spot for this request. You distribute your podcasts at like 320 by 160, so it's about this big on a good day. I would love, and there was one that was done at 720p, and I'm almost sure you guys use HVX 200s, which...
It's the only one he watches.
I just watched that one over and over in a loop. I'm like, oh, it's high def. That's awesome.
I just have Ron do a cut down of the show that just has me in it, and that's all I watch.
See? Fair enough. I totally understand.
That is a great idea. I'm going to start doing that for our own shows.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's my own special.
It'd be awesome because you produce them in high def, don't you?
Yeah, we do, and actually, boy, I'm sort of torn here because I'm like wondering what I can really say and still have a job. But
I understand. Well, I mean,
but really, what's going on there is when we started this, there. In fact, you'll notice around NASA, there's not another podcast that's 30 minutes that's video, and so we're kind of a different product for them, and it was really a bandwidth decision. We would obviously like to post the 720 versions, believe me, but we also are on NASA TV and we send them a tape version. So, it's just kind of hard to say. We keep pushing and pushing and try to make that available. I mean, we're even exploring trying to make the larger versions available some other way. But since all our numbers and everything we've been measured by is through the portal. We have to be careful with that because we don't want to, we'd have to make you download the small version and then allow you to download the bigger version so we could capture the numbers.
See, for the masses, you elitist.
I don't think I've been called
for the masses.
I believe this is the first time I've been called an elitist on the show.
There you go.
That's fantastic. This is a new for me.
I'm really sensitive to people that are elitist, because I work with them all the time. Just kidding. Those good guys I work with.
So where do you go from here? Have you been doing a lot of constellation stuff? I mean, what can we expect in the near future from NASA?
Yes, in fact. Yeah, and it's really awkward because it's funny. We have a Daytona show that's coming out. We just shot some stuff on the Hubble SM4 mission. And obviously, one of the big things we're excited about, we're going to be at Pad Abort 1 for the Orion. And just lots more constellation. Of course, LRO and L-Cross are coming up. And the big news, I guess I can make this kind of breaking news. Exactly. On Monday or Wednesday, the 28th, next week, we will be on Mike and Mike in the Morning with the ESPN, which is very exciting for us.
For sure.
Yeah, it was sort of those guys were sort of the inspiration of the show. The show came about. We were in a meeting and we were kicking around ideas. What can we do for NASA? And Chris basically, who is a fan of Mike and Mike like I am, said, well, why can't we, sort of do a Mike and Mike for NASA? And I was just like, well, yeah, let's do Mike and Mike for NASA or something like that. So that was sort of the seed of the idea, and it turns out that they're going to be interviewing Ken Ham from Station in June, and so in advance of that, on Wednesday next week at 8:20 in the morning, we're going to be on sampling some space food with Mike Golick and Mike Greenberg.
Now, are they going to be broadcasting that on NASA TV as well?
They will not. So the interview with Ken Ham will be, I believe.
Yep.
But our show, I don't think we're going to advertise it on the portal, I believe. And I should have said this at the very beginning. Everything I say is entirely subject to any kind of change whatsoever. So I'll deny if I get confronted on any of this stuff. But essentially,
it's okay. Nobody watches us anyway. We're totally safe here.
That may be, but nonetheless, I don't know. You got a lot of chat stuff going on down here.
It's distracting, isn't it? I mean, it's kind of like you want to have a conversation, but you got like this ADD thing going on where you got all this text scrolling by.
I actually have like HD ADD. So